Yo, check. Y'all tuned in to another episode of the Lead and Be Legendary podcast, aka LABL podcast. I'm your host, Name Tag. We on episode 14, and we got a special guest on this episode. This time we did a phone in with our Random Tuesdays.
In the house.
We got the lady of Random Tuesdays. We got Kelvis Phreshley in the building. Introduce yourself.
What up, y'all? It's Kelvis Phreshley, a.k.a. KFresh84, on Instagram and I think Facebook. It is so weird only introducing myself.
It really is. It would have been dope to have a whole crew in there. I think when next time, like, we all link up, it'll probably just be all four of us.
It will be all of them, and then I can take over the introduction like I always do, because it is so weird just doing myself.
Pretty much. So just kind of like give a breakdown to the people listening that, you know, because we might have different, I don't think the same people that listen to the LABL podcast listen to Random, or maybe they do. I don't know. So
maybe they should.
You know what I'm saying?
They should listen to both of us. We can share fans.
Right, exactly. I'm here to steal your fans. That's why I had you on, pretty much, was to steal y'all fan base. But let the people know, right? Thug life all day. #. But let people know, like, the like Random Tuesday, what it's about. Because I for the most, I got hip to y'all because y'all review albums, but it goes a little broader than that.
Okay. So Random Tuesdays is kind of self-explanatory in the title. We talk about any and everything, like everything. It kind of came about as me and my two people rolling around having these wicked-ass conversations, and somebody during the conversation was like, yo, we should record this. So we finally decided to record it. We sit down, we talk about politics and music and just everything in general.
It's a dope show. I fucks with it. What was the last episode that I tuned? I didn't tune into the mix show, the one y'all just uploaded.
The one we just dropped. Yeah, no, you got to check it out because I think I put in music that I think people haven't heard before.
Best kind of playlist.
I got ears that are like so far left of what most people hear, so I'm always like, yeah, we get to do a mix. I'm gonna put this in here. Ain't nobody listening to this.
But see, I see what a lot of people see. We already have an established relationship for the people that don't know. This is not random. I did not just find Kirby and say, yo, I want to get her on the show. We already had this history anyway. So go back to what, like 2008?
Man, long ass time.
Wow.
When I was like trying to make it to your video shoot on time with the wardrobe.
Yeah.
But I ended up taking an old lady home because she got lost.
I feel old. That's a long well, damn, that's 2008. That's wild.
Yeah. It's been a minute.
When I did the what videos? Was it styling on them?
Styling on them, yes.
Yep, the jacket. Yep. Shout out to Glover's Apparel.
We're gonna have to find a picture.
It's online.
Like,
it's online somewhere.
It's
online. Shout out to Jay Edgar for shooting that video. Shout out to Soko, man. Soko pulled
Shout out Soko. What's up, Hugh Hefner, aka
you know
Jay Edgar?
Definitely. That's crazy. It do go back that far. I was about to say like 2010, but I thought like, nah, it was 2008.
A little bit further back than that.
But
we go back like broke Cadillac chick seats, bro.
Pretty much. I would even say though, like, you do have an ear because I always see if the A&R market wasn't so shitty and it paid better, I would say like you could probably be an A&R because you do hear like other shit that people ain't heard and putting people up on like everything. You put me up on a lot of acts, you know what I'm saying, especially from the city that I wasn't familiar with, and I'm like, damn,
I think I could be wrong in my opinion of this, but the industry itself has moved out of having an A&R, and I think they need an A&R.
Exactly. Like
the internet has come through and wrecked the music industry. It's wreaked havoc. It's been really good, but also really bad.
Like the artists are A&R in themselves, pretty much.
Yeah, it ain't for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So you need somebody to kind of help plug your music, like, yo, this cat right here, as opposed to you doing it yourself sometimes.
To help plug your music and then to tell you what you sound like outside of your head.
Yeah.
It's a lot of shit that shouldn't be real things right now.
I agree with that. Sidebar, before I jump into this topic, because, it was so crazy. I just put it on Facebook. I was so fucking upset about it. I'm a parent, so for one, little shit like that, where I see parents fucking up, it heats me so terribly. I pulled up. I'm at Kroger. We needed some milk for the crib, so I'm running in, and some flour. We needed milk. We needed flour. I'm running in to grab this. However, I pull up. It's a car next to me. It was a It was a Toyota. It was a black Toyota. I posted online. I was so mad
I saw
at this
that,
shit.
and both the parents got out the car and left their kids in the car.
I'm sitting here looking.
Like, that's irresponsible. Like, you would really go to jail for that, dude.
I'm like, yo, okay. I'm assuming these parents are like near this car. I sat there literally. I'm trying to hurry up and get home. I'm like, let me run in and get out. But I'm sitting here looking. I'm like, yo, this car is running. Windshield wipers just going. And three little kids, three little boys in the back seat. They all playing, they jumping around. And what really made me mad was that the smallest child, he's in the front playing on the steering wheel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, the fucking car is running. I'm like, all right, where the parents at? So I'm sitting here waiting. And I'm like, all right, I got a little time. Let me sit here and chill and see if somebody come out. So I'm like, all right, you know what I'm gonna do just to play it safe? In case, because you don't know. I'm thinking worst case scenario. I'm like, man, what if something
roll out?
I'm like, not even that. I'm like, damn, what if something happens to the parents? Because who would really leave their kids, 3 kids, small kids in the car like that? I'm thinking every scenario possible. I'm like, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get out. And I already put the 2 pictures online, right? So I'm like, all right, here's what I'm going to do, though. I'm not going to put this online, but what I'm going to do is let me just take a picture of the license plate.
Just in case.
In case something did happen. That way, all right, damn, I saw this same car. Here go the plates right here. So I'm like, let me run in, still get what I need to get. If I come out and I see this same car here with these kids, yo, I'm calling the cops. Some shit ain't right. Ain't no car gonna be here this fucking long running with kids in it. 3 of them. You know what I'm saying?
3 of them just chilling. But why? But didn't you say it was 2 adults? Why both y'all gotta get out the car?
That's what pissed me off. I'm sitting here.
Why not take your kids in the store with you?
I finally get to the car. And not even that. Why can't one of y'all just sit in the car? One of y'all can go in. Both y'all got to get out. So I finally get back to the whip. I'm sitting there. I'm looking. I'm like, man, the lady cussing the kids out. She mad because they in the car playing. They kids. They gonna play.
But they're kids though.
You cussing. Y'all need to sit down. Sit down. I told you to be still. I'm looking like, man, they looked exactly how I expected them to look. My man's in the car. He looking dusty. I don't even know if these are their parents. I'm like, it could just be, maybe some. I don't know.
The so-called babysitter?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, who knows? Whatever you responsible for these kids. You got them. You left them in the car. My man's rolled down the window to light one up. A cigarette. I'm like, oh, if he would have lit some weed, it'd been worse. But he lit a cigarette. And I'm just looking like right there. My window cracked. And I'm just looking. It's raining, but like drizzling. So my window cracked. I'm just looking at them like just nodding my head like that's a goddamn shame.
Damn shame. Like, y'all shouldn't do that.
Like, what the fuck? Like, man.
People are horrible, but I think that's just the way of the world that as we know it.
It just ain't meant for everybody to...
Just because you can't have... You know what? Let me not say that on air.
Yep. Trust me, I almost said it on Facebook. I'm like, no, let me chill out. Let me chill the fuck out because I was that mad. I'm like, man, I wish I would leave my kid in the car just to... It's that important. I gotta leave you in the car. Like, nah, man, that's crazy.
I'd be paranoid at the gas station when my little brother and my nieces were younger. I would be paranoid at the gas station, getting out the car and pumping gas, and I could look at them.
And you right there, like exactly.
I'm right there.
Exactly, like man. Oh my God, I was so heated. I was so fucking mad about that. But
I understand. I thoroughly understand that.
To transition, I put something up on Instagram earlier because I just been kind of doing research about this. Playlists are a big thing now. They've been a thing, but it's like it's becoming a more bigger deal because of the streaming platforms. And I was listening to a podcast that brought this up. Didn't go into as much depth of it, but I thought about this because I'm an artist. But I was like, man, I want to hear it from a perspective of somebody who doesn't record. So let me just reach out to people who don't record. Because if people hear me say, they just, oh, he an artist, he's just, of course, they going to have their points. But it's kind of difficult to have it conveyed properly because it's coming from a music artist. I put on Instagram pretty much what, in today's climate of music, I should say, what type of release do you truly, I put this in all caps, do you truly prefer to hear from a hip hop artist. I had to specify hip hop. And I put a single, an EP, a mixtape, or an album.
Okay. That's kind of a loaded question.
Think about it is. Think about today's climate though.
With today's artists, their mixtapes are dropping much better. Wale's mixtape was better than his album.
And not to cut you, I think I put in there, what do you truly have time? What type of release do you truly have time to listen to from an artist?
Everything is so, to me personally, I want to delve into the album. I need a body of work. I need a body of work to get through, to understand where you're coming from. Mm-hmm. I need a consistent. When Random Tuesdays does the album interview, we judge it. Our questions are, one, how consistent is it? What's the flow of it? Does it stay? Does it have replayability?
Right.
Things like that. So when I listen to an artist now, I want to hear a full album. Mm-hmm. But today's artists don't necessarily. It's a few artists that make really good albums, but it's a few more that make better mixtapes than their album. Because it's just a hodgepodge of whatever sounds good together on this mixtape, and they don't really have to go through the thought process of making an album or telling a story with an album. So some stuff comes, like, it's a lot of artists I won't listen to. Like, ever. Like, if it's on the radio and I'm in a car with somebody, then yeah, cool, that's what I'm going to listen to, because it's your car radio and I am in your car. But I've never heard Mask Off. I only heard, I love the beat to Mask Off. I've never heard the whole song, ever.
I know probably the hook. Couldn't tell you, like, I'm familiar with the beat. I know the hook. I would body the beat. I thought about bodying the beat, but Kendrick put one out today, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to just wait. I'm not going to even touch it right now.
I don't want to hear it yet.
He killed it. He did Kendrick to it, and I just like, I'm going to chill. I'm glad you said this, because that's what I was thinking. From a listener standpoint, and a person that streams, that has purchased music, I said, it's some artists who I just really don't want an entire project from. I don't care to hear an entire body of work. It's like, I'm good with the singles, I'm good with the mixtapes, depending on how many songs are on that mixtape. And me personally now, as I grow in my career, I measure myself and say, you know what? I don't have to be an album guy. I don't have to be that album artist. I'm okay with EPs.
Do you think that is because of that's just how you feel, or that's just how the industry has structured your thought pattern to be?
It's probably
because remember, at the height of like Soulja Boy, he was going platinum off of singles. He never had to sell an album because of the way that music is purchased and consumed now. You don't have to buy an album. You can pay for a streaming service and listen to that one or two songs 1,000,000 times without having to pay for an album.
As opposed to back in the day, you had to take that risk and be like, I'm going to buy this album and see what it's about.
I'm going to buy this album and see what it's about. Now you don't have to buy the album. You ain't even got to buy the single. You can pay $10 or $15 for an album that you can listen to that one album, or you can pay $10 or $15 for a streaming service and listen to everything.
Exactly.
As soon as it come out.
Exactly. But I think it's a bit of both. Like, just me as a person now, like, I really go back and I be like, I feel like a lot of my better pieces of work, to me, were the EPs.
Okay.
I feel like it's easy for me to I'm not really the guy that's going to give you that full cohesive album, this artistic, like, let's take an album like Damn. When you hear them Kendrick albums and them Cole albums, it's like these theories that come behind them and everything. I'm not that album guy. I can make an album. I've done it. I've done The Name Is Tag, and I've done the collaboration with Nameless for namesake. But even listening back to those, I'd be like, all right, I could have really I could have broke this up into 5 or 6 songs here, and these could have been EPs. You know what I'm saying? Because technically, if you go back and listen I was thinking about this as myself as an artist. I'm like, technically, if you go back, you can really just break this shit up. It's not like it's a cohesive body of work to where it's like yo, this
Then you
album.
remove a song, it sounds weird.
Yeah, like, oh, if you just take this song off of here, it just destroys it all. It's not even the same album no more. It's like, nah, I think I could take certain pieces and be like, okay, this here can be an EP. This here could be an EP collectively. Like, and that's when I really realized that, you know what? I'm okay with making EPs. I'm even okay with just kicking out singles and seeing what stick. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know. I don't think everybody has to have an album. You got to think
Right.
history going to repeat itself, right? And it always does. And then if you think about music in the beginning, especially with hip hop, it used to just be singles.
It used to be singles, but again, that's how people. I think in the way that music is consumed, the consumer always told you what they wanted. Now with the internet, it's telling you as the consumer what's dope, what you should hear. Top 40 has changed in such a way that it's even more repetitive than it used to be. Like it's just weird. Like if you listen to Motown back in the day, you're gonna see the same song redone by 5 different people.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's the same song, the same beat, sung by 5 different people.
That's true as hell. All with suits.
You know, now you don't have to necessarily make the same song. You just have to fit the trend and make that kind of song.
Yeah.
Where you're hearing the same thing every day. Whereas again with Mask Off, the beat was so dope, I still haven't paid attention to the lyrics because the beat's so dope.
Right.
And then even like it's rumored that Jay-Z is supposed to make an album, that he's in the studio working on an album, and I am dying to hear this album. Yeah, I'm a Jay-Z stan, by the way. Hi. My name is Phreshley. I have a Jay-Z problem.
Jay-Z don't
like,
listen.
He could drop an album tomorrow.
He don't listen to this podcast.
Like, I don't care if it's trash or not. I still got to hear it because it's hope. That's just one of the artists I grew up with. But I think,
exactly,
like I said, consumption, the way music is consumed now has completely shifted the market of how music itself is being made. Yeah. You don't have to make an album. You don't have to make an EP. You don't really even got to make a mixtape. Drake's last album was a playlist.
Yeah.
Playlist. A freaking playlist. And it was a lazy playlist at that. He was like, I'm not even going to make an album. I'm just going to put everything together that I ain't ever, like, hear. And I'm like, oh, my God, look, it's a new Drake album.
And I hate circling back to this topic because I'm always like, man, it was an album, man. It was an album. Like, how many songs was on that?
It was an album in the way that albums are supposed to be made, but the way in the math of how many songs are supposed to be on a full album. But it had really no consistency.
Yeah, it did.
To be considered an album. That's why he called it a playlist.
And that's why I feel like, because we've heard albums, I should say, that didn't have consistency. And it was just like all over the place, as this playlist was. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, let's just call it a playlist. We're going to be different. And it's like, these songs charted. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, hey, man, this was an album. Whatever. It make you hate titling stuff now. Like, I be saying, oh, should I do a mixtape? It's like, I don't even know what to call stuff no more. Like, it's just...
Like, look, this is my music. You like to hear it? Here it goes. Hit the play button.
This is my music. This is my collection of songs. Like, you know...
Right.
Like, man, I don't even know what to call it.
They all have titles, and they're all a certain amount of time. And back in my day, when we had to walk up to school both ways, it was called an album.
Right.
I don't know what y'all new generation call it, but in my day, it was an album.
I'm about to go to the record store and cop this playlist right quick. That is crazy. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think it's mad weird. Hey, one of my co-hosts is here. Want to say hi to my
Who we got on the line? Who we got?
Soul Brother is here with me.
Oh, what's good?
What up, though? You on the LABL podcast, sir?
Oh.
Another.
Yeah, I was like, I do apologize for my co-host. She just gave me the phone.
Didn't say nothing, didn't give you the heads up. Like, here,
no, he just gave me the phone. Like, okay.
Like, here, talk.
I was about to leave.
Yeah, we got another one on the line, y'all, with Random Tuesdays. Introduce yourself, let the people know what's going on.
What's good, people?
Yes, sir. But you
gonna call me back.
Yeah, she just handed him the phone. Like here, just talk.
Pretty much. That's just what I do because I'm weird like that.
Got phone ambushed.
Pretty much. But, I mean, as far as albums are going right now, I don't know who, like, Kendrick's album was dope, as it was supposed to be. It was actually 2 albums in one, the theories that came out behind.
Was true.
All of that. But it's so much other stuff that's just being churned out with lack of thought and lack of consideration, I think, especially for the fans and for the listeners.
The listeners can tell, and the fans, you know, it's like you say, you got your listeners, then you got your core fans, period. They both can tell, like, you didn't care or you didn't put much thought into it.
Like, I think this is one of the main reasons I like to listen to rock music. I love rock music. I love pop music because it has a longevity, and they have to have a concept for an album and not just, this is a conceptual album, it's going to be real artsy. No. They sit down and they write out their concept, and that album follows that concept.
Yeah.
And then, like, that's a whole other conversation on the longevity and why 360 contract will work in rock music and not rap.
That's crazy because the way you put it that way, see, I've never really sat and actually listened to, like, a rock album. I guess they would fall under rock. The last album I really listened to, that was probably, what was the Coldplay joint? The Viva something.
I didn't like that for that much.
And that's probably what turned me away from it, because I was like, you know what? I'm going to try some shit out like this. And I did, and it didn't really win me over. They had the one single that they had, I used to...
Yeah.
That was the shit. But I didn't really... like, the album itself didn't move me, and I was like, you know what, I ain't really fucking with this. But prior to that, and I guess you can consider Maroon 5 rock, right? What would Maroon 5 fall under?
I guess, but okay, so the last, as I go to look for this rock album that I have, there is Fall Out Boy, who actually is coming out with a new album, and Paramore, who just came out with a new album called After Laughter.
Yeah, you was telling me about that.
Consistently on repeat right now. I love them. But, what is the album that came out that was rock? Fall Out Boy sticks to their guns on Folly Ado, and I can't find it, and I don't remember the name of it. Like, oh, where is it? Here we go.
See, shit like this is why I keep saying you need your own podcast. Just this itself alone, like, you just went from hip hop to rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, that alone right there, I'm telling you, you need to do your own podcast.
I mean, because if you think about, I read a lot. If you think about listening to an album like reading a book has a concept from beginning to end.
Right, right.
The best stories are always told in a straight line. Can you have some loops thrown in there? Sure can. But as long as I'm getting to the end and it kind of makes sense at the beginning and in the middle and I can kind of figure out my way, an album should have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I guess I think old school on that tip. But I need consistency on how your album flows.
That's a good reason why Good Kid, Mad City, to me, is probably one of the last classics as of recent that we've had.
No, I can't even give you that. As of recent that we've had, I'm going to have to go with Apollo Brown and Sky Zoo. The Easy Truth. Consistent as fuck.
Yeah.
Beats, lyrics, concept is just a dope album.
And I said this before, I said I would like to hear Apollo Brown record. This is no slight to anybody else that Apollo Brown has recorded with, because I know he's done a great handful of collaborations with other artists. However, The Easy Truth, that album right there, I was like, you know what? I need to hear Sky Zoo and Apollo Brown together a lot more often on the track.
A lot more often.
Period.
And then you have the concept album of Danny Brown's new project. That was off the wall and just as odd as Danny Brown is going to be, but it was still it had a flow.
Yeah.
Even if your album doesn't have a concept, it should always flow down to like
Danny always
a Flying
good for that
Lotus
too.
album, you know?
Yeah, Danny always good for that. But that Easy Truth, I forgot about that one. I see, honestly, I haven't sat with that enough to be like, yeah, this is a classic. I'm saying over the test of time to where we can always be like, because that album only been on what? It ain't even been a year.
It hasn't been a year yet, no.
Good Kid, Mad City, we talking back to about 2000, what was that, 2012?
12,
Maybe
11,
so.
12?
But it was what, 2017 now? The album's
Yeah.
a classic, like in the sense of what, like how you just said, it's a straight story from beginning to end, from the prayer that they're saying in the beginning to the end, where the lady talking to him, she making them, it goes back to how they got to that part, with the prayer. That whole story, I was like, damn, this is really a fucking classic album. Like listening to it the other day, like, damn, this album is a true classic, man. This is crazy.
Yeah.
One of our last. He made a lot of people step their game up with the concept albums again, because Doom was kind of out the door for a minute, and he kind of brought it back. He had the skits in there, all of that. Like he had people on their heels with the concept albums again, the stories to him pretty much.
The downside to that, everybody can't tell a story.
Everybody can't.
Just because you got bars don't mean you can tell a story.
Exactly.
Just because you can tell a story don't mean you can pick a beat.
Exactly.
Nah. But I mean, to be just like, you have to me, it's stuff that I'm going to listen to, but overall, I'm looking for key factors.
Yeah. That's real.
Some rappers have too many bars. You get boring. You just like, bro, shut up.
There's a time and place for it.
Yeah.
Definitely a time and place. Yeah,
now I'm about to have to go listen to my Fall Out Boy record.
You kind of now I feel like I need to visit some rock records, because I may have heard a couple of Imagine Dragons songs, but I never went to listen
Believer
to
is my
Dragons album.
Like, that's on repeat right now. I love Believer.
I haven't went to listen to an Imagine Dragons album. Like, I'm down with broadening my listen. See, and I feel like I need to.
Ex-Ambassadors. Their last project was dope. Oh, you gotta hear Wiped Out by now I can't think of. It's so much stuff.
It was a song.
It's so much stuff.
It was a song they had, may have been a couple years back. It was a single that they had out. Was it who made Radioactive?
That's Imagine Dragons.
That's them? Okay. I remember the song name, and I was like, this shit is fire. I was like, I'd even rap to this shit. Like, where's this instrumental?
Yes, they have very heavy, hard-hitting bass lines and so much of their stuff. And then you got, Alabama Shakes. They're not really rock. They're not really pop. They're kind of soul, neo-soul, R&B. When we can do I can give you a playlist, and you can pick off of that playlist what's going to go on our playlist. I can give you, a week worth of songs.
See what I'm saying? See, my point exactly what I was talking to you about the other day when I said you need a podcast. As a podcast aside of Random Tuesdays. That's why I said don't pull you away from that, but a separate one that could just open up all the shit that you know about, and people are gonna tune into that shit.
Oh, yep, I got Motion City soundtrack. It's so much stuff. See, I can't leave my guys, but I might end up branching off just a little bit, just for the music that I listen to that most other people in my genre don't listen to.
They'll be okay with it. You could even do one-off reviews of, you know what I'm saying, the shit that's not even hip hop. Because for the most part, to me, with Random Tuesdays, I see that y'all do hip hop reviews. You know what I'm saying? But you might fuck with some.
Yeah, we do. We do hip hop. We talk about a lot of stuff that doesn't get recorded. I can say.
I guarantee
you. Are we working on it?
If you set up a camera and you set up there and review some rock album or the next whatever Imagine Dragons or whoever, whatever group you just named, and then people gonna tune in, it's an audience for that. So I'm trying to tell you, they agree. Everybody else agree. They probably been thinking it. You just ain't probably never took action on it yet. But yeah, you gotta get something and increase that platform for real.
I get excited when okay, so Paramore, their single.
I was like,
the singles are dope. The album came out. It's been on replay since it came out. They announced the tour. My 33-year-old self is trying to go see Paramore and Fall Out Boy, 2 different shows, 2 different arenas, and spaz out and go crazy because I really do love them that much.
So I know to check out Paramore. I'm going. Yes, Imagine Dragons because
specifically by the two of what I think you should hear.
Yeah, email
to
them.
make you like them.
Yeah, I was saying don't overload me, but send like the, you know what I'm saying? Because definitely, like Imagine Dragons stuck with me because of the whole radioactive joint. I like, this shit is fire, man. Like I fucked
Believer
with that track.
is their new single that everybody is going crazy over. The same heavy hitting bass lines. Like, yeah.
DDT
And then
told me
I
about
also
that
like
one.
rock music because their bass don't come from an 808. Their bass doesn't necessarily come from the drums. Their bass comes from the rhythm section in their guitar, and everything else just follows. And they just make it heavier with everything else.
See, I'm about to start. I got to start studying, not studying it, but like opening my ears for that more. Cause I remember, my boy Chris actually. I remember I was up on that Maroon 5 album, the songs about Jane. I got put up on that late.
Man, that's
so
a good album.
By the time I got hip to it was like 05, whatever. I'm like, man, y'all heard this shit? He like, man, we been heard that. Like, you ain't up on like. I'm like, oh damn. Man. But I played that album front to back.
Shit.
Yeah, I played that album front. I still got it. I got the CD somewhere. I played that album front to back. That shit was fire. I'm like, I fucks with this album. And it ain't really. No, I was gonna say I haven't really listened to nothing since like that.
Songs with the and they had one on their last project with Black Thought.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta open my ear a little bit more for this rock shit. What time? How much time we got? Okay, so yeah, I said I wasn't gonna keep you too long. So let the people know like where you at. Where they can find you at. I know you dropped it earlier.
You know, it's Random Tuesdays, DET@gmail.com. It is Random Tuesdays on DetroitFreakRadio.com. That is Detroit, FREQ radio.com. It's a bunch of stuff on there. Y'all gonna hear me talk more about even more music. Hear my co-host, Trail Huxtable and Soul Brother #1. We're actually going to have Name Tag on the show soon so we can do a little cross-branding.
Yep.
Hit us up. Hit Name Tag up. Hit me up. Hit up Random Tuesdays. It's K-Fresh. I am K-Fresh84 on Instagram and Twitter. That's how you find me unless you actually know me. Give me a call. Tell me what y'all listen to. Give me something to listen to. Give me something to talk about. This is our random conversations that we have all the time.
Yeah. That's real shit. I hit you with the links so what to check out. So you already know you.
Yeah, dog. I checked out some of them this morning. They dope.
Which ones you peeped?
What is it? What is the one with the two dudes? It was the one with the two dudes. They had just brought the co-host back.
They had the what?
They had brought the female co-host back.
Ignorant Philosophy. I told you. Shout out to Ignorant Philosophy. I told you you'll fuck with that one.
Shout out Ignorant Philosophy. I fucks with that heavy. They funny. I like it.
The homies from Indy. I'm gonna have to tweet them and let them know I got them a new listener. Yeah, they tight. I fucks with that podcast.
Yeah, they need to have us on their show.
They in Indy. Holla at them. I'm pretty sure they might be coming here. I know they doing live shows pretty often now, so you never know. They might come to the D.
They need to come and kick it with us. So what's good? Ignorant Philosophy. Come fucks with Random Tuesdays and LABL. And cross branding.
Yeah, they cool people. That's one of my favorite podcasts I listen to.
Yeah, I didn't check out any of the other ones just yet because I was listening to that one all morning.
Yeah, that one tight. I told you. Trust me. Trust my taste in podcasts. Trust my taste in music and podcasts.
Well, yeah, okay. I feel bad because, as I always do, I hijack all of the conversation. All the time.
No. That's the point of the show. Like seriously, I'm not. Trust me, I'm not the host that's gonna like just try to do most of the talking. The purpose is to let the guests cook. That's the best conversation. Like, if I have you on as a guest, I'm letting you cook. I'm going to say some shit, but you going to cook. Yeah.
That's what's up. I'm definitely I'm like looking at some records right now to figure out exactly what songs. We are definitely doing a playlist. Where can they find this playlist at?
You said where they can find a playlist at?
Me and you. We going to drop a playlist.
Oh,
so it will be on my website and my Facebook. On Random Tuesdays at Detroit Freak Radio, and it's gonna go on to Name Tags and LABL.
Oh, this
so I'm telling y'all right now, we dropping a playlist It's going to be whatever amount of songs we figure out. Y'all going to hear some stuff. Y'all
This is
ain't
easy.
hurry for it.
This is easy. All we gotta do is upload that straight to Mixcloud, because you know SoundCloud gonna be on some bullshit. As far as like if it's a popular song like that, Mixcloud ain't got no issues with it. We can go straight to Mixcloud with it. Or if the song's already out, I mean, you should do it on Spotify. That's easy.
Yep. So that's where you're gonna find it on Mixcloud and Spotify, and it's gonna be on our Facebook. Yeah.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, you heard it here first. It will be a random label.
Random label.
That sounds like a clothing line.
That could be.
That's
another conversation. We ain't gonna give them all that.
It's
that'd be kind of
a
fire.
random label playlist curated by yours truly, K-Fresh84, and Namesake.
Now y'all got my brain racing. You done said random label. They ain't gonna take that. Y'all can't take that. We done said it.
That's ours. We will fight.
There it is.
You can catch these hands.
But y'all gonna catch me. I'm gonna link up with the crew. We got some scheduling we gonna do. We gonna link up. You know.
Absolutely, we gonna do it.
And talk some shit. I appreciate you, even taking the time to, jump on and speak.
My pleasure. Anytime.
So like I said, we gonna link in person. We all gonna link in person, and then, talk. I'm gonna get DDT involved. We gonna all talk some shit, talk about music.
Yeah.
As we usually
talk about music and politics and everything else that's going on in
life.
You
gonna cover politics. I told you. I was like, I stay away. Yeah, but nah. Whatever field anybody can cover, we gonna get on it.
I'm with it. There will be a camera. This one will probably be videotaped.
Tight.
Prepare yourself.
Let me wear my best shirt.
Suit and tie.
Yep, suit and tie. But I'm going to try to have this up by the weekend, so by the time it's going to be up.
Okay, so you did the intro. I'm going to do the outro, okay?
Go ahead.
All right. So this is Kelvis Phreshley 84 for Random Tuesdays, repping for the Lead and Be Legendary, a.k.a. the Label Podcast, with your illustrious host, Namesake. Remember, I am your mom's favorite host. I am KFresh84. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, find me on Facebook. It is Random Tuesdays at radio.com. The Label Podcast. Remember, always lead and be legendary. Me and Namesake, we out.
And we out.